Welcome to our podcast. It was voted one of the best in the marketing research industry in 2019 and again in 2020. And this year, we've been designated as one of researchers' top locations on YouTube for videos in the research industry by a group called FeedSpot. This is Research Business Daily Report. It's the only daily research video news recap, which gives you one important news item every day, which we feel has either been unreported or underreported. We do rely on viewer support. We'll tell you at the end of today's video how you can help us with that. I'm Bob Lederer, in my 27th year as the respected voice in market research. Foremost within the critical thinking inside the polling community that has tried to explain inaccuracies in recent presidential elections has been one theory, and it is that many GOP, and particularly Trump voters, have been unwilling to express their preferences to pre-election pollsters and even exit pollsters. But Targoz Market Research President Randy Ellison is now placing the most significant blame for polling inaccuracy in presidential elections on overestimation of Democratic voter strength. How's that? Ellison's extensive research into the 2020 polling sample confirms the well-understood presence of bots and fraudulent respondents, and although maybe is a significant higher percentage in the sample than was believed. He broke down the percentage of bots and fraudulents in pre-election polls in a number of 2020 swing states: Florida, Michigan, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, and Arizona. Each state's bots and fraudulents were top-heavy, with votes for one party or the other, but never really a mix. In reviewing the IP addresses of participants in those 2020 polls, Ellison bypassed the standard capture trip questions to ID and disqualify bots and fake respondents, and instead, he applied what he called an abuse velocity measure. He gave it and applied it to each respondent to assess their individual scale as high, medium, low, or none as far as abuse. All of Targoz's 2020 political polling averaged 30% compositions of bots and fraudulent respondents. It's quite a figure. Michigan respondents had the lowest percentage of individuals who showed abusive behavior, but again, most of them were Democrats. Minnesota had the highest percentage of abusers, again, mostly Democrats. And Florida and Pennsylvania are not far behind. Yep, mostly Democrats. But on to Arizona, which was flooded with bots and fraudulents, and these people were gung-ho for the GOP. After the November 2020 presidential election, Ellison applied his abusive behavior model to the January 21 Georgia senatorial runoff. Polling respondents who were abusive were identified and excluded from polling results, and Ellison said the results for the senatorial primaries were on the money. He did the same for the 2021 Virginia gubernatorial election, excluding the 22% of abusers, and says the results were much improved over prior Virginia polling he had done. His overall examination of all studied polled markets revealed a shockingly large abuse problem with mobile respondents, over 60% of them, while abusive respondents within residential participants only were at 20%. Ellison says his work is far from complete. However, heading into the 2022 midterm elections, he is calling on the industry to expand the number of panel respondents and to institute a new verification tool or tools to eliminate bots and fraudulent survey takers. He concedes that yanking out 30% of respondents from any poll is a worrisome chunk, but said as far as acceptable results that he's comfortable with, he told me, give me 800 completes, and I'm hopeful of reaping 1,200, and I'll be okay. That wraps up today's Research Business Daily Report. As we mentioned at the start of today's video, we hope you'll become one of our supporters because our videos are supported by our viewers. An RBDR Patreon supporter agrees to provide a monthly contribution, which you can do by visiting our exclusive crowdfunding platform at patreon.com/RBDR. And when you get there, You can select whatever level of support really is comfortable for you. And whatever that number may be, well, thank you. We hope you have a good research day and that this has been a good research week for you, whether you're looking at it financially or in terms of great research results. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll be back here on Monday ready to give you another RBDR. And until then, please stay safe.